Anna Coren standing by live in Seoul, South Korea. Anna, did this ceremony give us any clues about the shifts in the regime behind the scenes?
Yeah, Jake, it was a rare opportunity to really see who was in and out of Kim Jong Un's inner sanctum, if you like, following last week's brutal purge of his uncle. Interestingly, the uncle's allies were present at the ceremony. No sign of his widow, although there are extensive reports that she is quite ill. But as you say, he was flanked either side by the leaders of the military and also the Workers' Party, putting out this united front. But behind the scenes, it is obviously a very different story. Tales of instability, of a power struggle and an alleged coup, which is why, according to analysts, Kim Jong Un actually executed his uncle in the way that he did. But certainly this was a man who was second in command, a mentor to the 30-year-old. You have to remember that Kim Jong Un is the youngest head of state, but it just goes to prove, Jake, that no one is untouchable, not even family members.
And what's fascinating about this, obviously, Kim was very public about the execution of his uncle, with all the photographs, the announcement, the specific accusations, the perp walk. There, I know, are a lot of fears right now that this saber rattling will come ahead of some show of military force. What's the feeling there in South Korea?
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned that that public display of this execution. This is really quite unprecedented, except if you go back to his grandfather, Kim Il-sung, the founder of North Korea, who did this in the late 50s and 60s and made those executions quite public. You know, this is about Kim Jong-un taking control of the situation, really, I guess, controlling the information and certainly the images that get out to the international community. But certainly, as far as people here in South Korea are concerned, you know, there is a real feeling that there will be further military provocations. This is something that North Korea does whenever there is instability in Pyongyang. They either test, you know, their nuclear, carry out nuclear tests, I should say, or conduct rocket launches to increase or advance their nuclear weapons program, which, as you know, is of great concern to the international community.
And lastly, Anna, we know Dennis Rodman, the former NBA star, is headed to the Hermit Kingdom tomorrow. What should we expect from that visit? Has there been any mention of this arrival in the North Korean press?
Yeah, Jake, not as yet, although it is very early here on the Korean peninsula. There are some reports, however, that Dennis Rodman has already arrived in Beijing with his entourage, although we're trying to get confirmation of that. But, you know, Dennis refers to Kim Jong-un and his close friend as a good guy, that this is not a political trip, that he's merely travelling with a documentary team to, you know, train North Korean basketball players. But certainly this, in the past at least, Dennis Rodman has offered to be a mediator, if you like, between Barack Obama and Kim Jong-un, not something that the US government has taken him up on. But we don't really know whether or not he will actually be meeting with North Korea's Supreme Commander. But, Jake, you'd have to think that neither of these people would miss such an opportunity to get it out to the world as to what they're up to.
No, they seem to like the photo ops. Anna Coren in Seoul, South Korea, thank you.